Howdy, everybody! Welcome to AudiblyChill. My name is Zach. I run this channel called Audibly Dumb. We talk about music, we talk about guitars, a lot of general stupidity, but here we are. Drinking too much caffeine. Limbs are shaking. Ooh, I need some overdrive to cleanse my palate. Okay, on the schedule for today, I want to talk about Jazzmasters and partscasters in general. It's gonna be fun. Gonna be a lot of nonsense. I want like a lot of activity in the chat, man. You know what I mean? Show me what you're working with. This guy, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, so for the partscaster build that I'm having everybody vote on, right? I didn't want the Jazzmaster body, so you guys chose that like pretty heavily. And then when you chose that, like I wanted P90s. It does work. It does indeed work. Makeup does a lot. But like I wanted P90 pickups on the partscaster. So you guys chose humbuckers. That happened. Then on the bridge, like I was kind of hoping for a tune-o-matic. So you chose the traditional Jazzmaster bridge thing. So essentially what I'm looking at is a traditional Jazzmaster with humbuckers in it, right? That'll be fun. The body's the hardest part for me to find. I'm working on it, but it's the hardest part for me to find. The neck I've got secured. The pickups I've got secured, which is sick. Yeah, let's just kind of wait for people to drop in here. Again, talk in the chat, talk amongst yourselves, talk to me, talk to your cat if that's what you're feeling. This is my second cup of coffee for the day. If I just start levitating, that's why. Rig today. I'm playing through this Rev G20 that I'm borrowing from Flipside Music. Like a Paisley, that is one of my options for the Jazzmaster as a Paisley body. Rev G20, I got my Helix going into the front of that. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like the content. I enjoy doing it. It's really, really fun. I will admit, struggling to keep a schedule for the long form content. I'm going to get better at that. The short stuff is always going to be flowing. Long form's harder. Iron Feet, one of the OGs. What's up, fool? Oh, man. But yeah, I got to give this Rev G20 back to Flipside Music this week. It is a dope little 20-watt amp, dude. Like that little overdrive sound, I'm into it. I want delay to hide some of my shitty playing. Ooh, nice. We need to vote the tune-o-matic. Dude, I know. I honestly, I was shocked that you all, like the majority of people chose the Jazzmaster Trem. I'll build it, whatever you say. I will build it. I'm excited to do it. But I legitimately did not think the tune-o-matic was going to win. God, you'll hear it a lot in my videos. That 335 delay that just keeps going. I loves it. I loves it a whole bunch. Sup, nerd? OMB Music. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Jazzmasters, I owned one. I had one for about 6 months. Hiya, what's up, Guitar Sense? I had a Jazzmaster for like 6 months. You know what my problem was? We need an E chord. Ooh, I'm going to give you that. Hang on. Your boy. We need more reverb and a delay. And now we just need that to be a little louder. Hello. There we go. Bro don't know I'm here. What you mean, fool? I said what's up. I will call you Apollo from this point forward. I'm trying to talk to everybody as best I can. But yeah, I owned a Jazzmaster for 6 months, and my biggest problem Those pickups are noisy. Aggressively tunes at the 5th fret. um, that amp is a Rev G20, is what you're hearing. And then I'm putting my Helix through the front. Um, does this look and sound okay? I'm not professional at this. I don't know what I'm doing ever with anything. So, but yeah, dude, Jazzmasters are noisy as shit. G, uh, uh, G is in gargantuan people. Gargantuan people. G. Yeah, G20 TS. It's like a Tolex covered one. Your guitar is insane pricey. Yes, I used to have a career where I made a good bit of money, and this was like the last purchase that I made with that, like 3.5, 4 years ago. The last big purchase. Yeah, I only have two guitars. I have this and then a $700 Strat. You should have done a Flying V. Well, I'm a little limited. I'm a little limited on my options there. How long is this stream going to be? I'm going to try to go for like an hour. So, like another 50 minutes from now. It's like a rev. The Joey D. Is that the Joey Landreth thing? Is that what that is? $1,300? Dude, $1,300 can buy you an incredible guitar. 1,300 is more. An audibly dumb sleep stream. So there's this cool thing called I'm married, and yeah, I can't close that. So that ain't gonna happen. But yeah, $1,300, you can 100% get yourself an insanely good valued instrument. I mean, this here, I don't keep this because it's expensive, right? I've owned way more expensive guitars than this, sir. I keep this because it's the best guitar I've ever played. Um, to play math rock, alternate rock tunings. I mean, tellies, man. How can I find a cheap, decent Jazzmaster? Define cheap is what I would say. Yeah, dude, Epiphone Les Paul. See, that's the thing, dude. So these videos I've been doing, these videos for Flipside Music, right? I'm playing. I'm doing a video on heritage guitars, which are like $3,000 guitars coming up, which is crazy. But I've done Yamaha and Reverend. I've played a lot of different guitars. The quality of guitar that you can buy for like brand new $1,000 right now is insane. It's insane. Yamaha Rev Stars, I honestly above Epiphone, above any of them. It's like for $1,000, you're getting compound radius, stainless steel frets, chambered mahogany body, carbon fiber reinforced neck. Like, bro, for $1,000, when I was younger starting to play guitar, you couldn't get near that for $1,000. Not at all. You'd have to go to like Ernie Ball Music Man and spend like 2,500 bucks. So like for 600 bucks, if you're a Fender fan, pre-owned Mexico Fenders, like Mexico Fender standards, wicked guitars. Insanely. Sorry, you guys are chatting a lot. I appreciate it. Going back, TS, but twice as good, whatever. Talk about the Joey D20. Joey Landreth. For those of you that don't know, go listen to Joey Landreth. Hell of a player. Unbelievably good musician. But yeah, like you don't need to spend a lot of money to get a great instrument. And I'm aware that sounds crazy because I'm playing like a $2,500 guitar, but I really do like my next guitar is not going to cost anywhere near this, right? Some of the brands that I hope to partner with one day are Reverend and Yamaha, you know? If you like Fenders, then yeah, the Mexico standards from like 10 plus years ago, insane. They'll be like 400 bucks. They'll come with Tex-Mex pickups. Like they'll be lightweight. The necks are great. The newer stuff, like the Player 2 stuff, it's pretty good. Ooh, somebody asked about the Player 2. The Player 2 Tellys and Strats right now, I'm not a fan of. I'd rather go classic vibe. Really? Classic vibe is a better guitar than the current standard? It's just a matter of whether you want it to say Fender on the headstock. I would rather it say Squire and have a better playing guitar than have Fender on the headstock. That's just me, though. Do I have a band or do gigs once in a while? No, I don't. I've never played live before. You know, I've always been a big fan of like lots of different types of music, and I've always been a big fan of playing guitar, but I've never played live. I hope to change that. The CV guitars. Is that the Japanese ones? Oh wait, no, classic vibe. That's what that is. JV is the Japanese ones. What would that be? Japanese vibes? Is that what they call it? Our guitars have Japanese vibes. I don't know that you could sell that in today's world. But I'm not a marketing person. What do I know, dude? Mexican standard telly. Straight up. So like here's the deal. When it comes to guitars that are like worth it, right? I have owned custom shop Fenders that were trash. Trash. But I owned them because I thought, "Oh man, like this will be sick. This is what professionals use." I'm out. I'm absolutely out. I may have a custom shop in the future, but just know if you ever see me with one, that means I somehow got it like that. And I don't know how that's going to happen. But like I prefer vintage inspired instruments that are more modern vibe, you know? Newer necks are better. Newer necks are better, newer weights are better. Like I prefer just newer guitars. And on that note, the Jazzmaster that we're all building, right? Thank you all to anybody who's voted. Um Somebody asked earlier my favorite brand of pickups. I've always used Seymour Duncan, but for this build, there's a local company called Planet Tone Pickups. Uh, Dude that makes them. I went to his shop the other day and got to play a lot of his pickups. Really, really, really great stuff. Planet Tone Pickups are what's going in this Jazzmaster. He has a humbucker called the Legacy. Bro. The Legacy humbucker slapped. I'm probably slightly out of tune, and that's okay. What's everybody else got going on? Anybody got weekend plans? Anybody got any gigs coming up? Recording anything? Getting any new gear? What's the story? Fender tried the Japanese modified. Dude, I like the Jazzmaster that the Japanese Fender that I owned, the Jazzmaster, it was a made in Japan one, and I loved it. Oh, it was great. Looking on the Fender website. Hit it up. Fender's got a dope website. I would say I'm more of anymore. I'm more of a fan of Fender amps than I am their guitars. Mm. Can you send specs? Sure. I guess on that note, Audibly Dumb has an Instagram account. If you guys ever want to talk to me or send me anything, go to Instagram, type Audibly Dumb. I respond to everyone. So if you ever want to send me anything, show me something cool, like whatever, feel free to just shoot it over on Instagram. Plus, on Instagram, you'll get to see I interact with bands directly on Instagram. It's pretty cool. It is Ensenada. See, the Ensenada stuff, I feel like isn't as good of quality as the older Mexican stuff. Green guitars. Yeah, green is hard for me on a guitar. I did a video on a Yamaha that was pretty good. But outside of that, I've never really had a green guitar. Formed a band just over a month ago, and I just got the Focusrite Solo. Hey, Focusrite Solo. I've got mine right there. That is what I use to record guitar for my videos. That's a nice little interface. That's the other thing too. Like, I don't like using a lot of expensive stuff. This guitar is the most expensive part of any equipment that I have. The lights that I have in here were like 80 bucks. The cool colors you see, that lamp, dude, that lamp was on sale for $9 and the bulb was on sale for like $11, right? You don't have to spend a ton of money. Starcasters, depends on which one you're talking about. They've reused the name so many times. Jazzmaster is specific to Fender. Yeah, isn't it? I feel like other companies make them. Like Sir makes their version of a Jazzmaster. They call it a JM, right? Mm. But hey, real talk. This Jazzmaster that we're building, right? The two humbuckers that are going to go in there, I may take some creative liberty on this. I'm going to make it Planet Tone pickups, and I want the Legacy humbucker in the bridge. I want to work with this company. The owner, his name's Jose, real nice cat. Um, I think like, I guess as channels grow, eventually bigger companies reach out. Honestly, I think I'm just going to cruise with Flipside Music and Planet Tone pickups for a long time. They're really, really good people, fantastic stores, fantastic products. Just chill. Regarding moving to the US, you can. So I lived in England for a little while, right? I don't have too much experience overseas, but here's the thing about, so my buddy is from Scotland, and here's what he said. He goes, base level of living is higher in a lot of other places, but the ceiling is so much taller here. So it's like, compared to where he's from in Scotland, his perception of it is, in the US, you can fall much farther, but you can rise so much higher. That's how he described it to me. Do you have to move to the US? No. The days of needing a record deal and all that are done, dude. You have the internet. You have access to the whole world yourself. You know what I mean? So, like, what his perception on that, I don't even think that applies to you, brother man. Just start uploading. You know? You can do everything yourself in today's world. That it's kind of expected that you do that. Um, just to touch on that, if anybody here is ever thinking about releasing music or making content or doing anything like that, like, something I want everybody in here to think about is, in today's world, if you have access to the internet, like, you can do anything. Anything can become popular at any time, right? It's just a matter of like sticking with it, figuring out your shtick or whatever, and just like being yourself. 5,000 listeners a month is crazy. Well, I got news for you. Like, when it comes to, monthly listeners, I think even if you were near me, if you started a band and had 5,000 monthly listeners, I think that's pretty sick. I think that would be great. I know a guy who has a band locally and he tours and everything. I think they have 120 monthly listeners or something like that. And he's in a touring band. Only got like 8 views. Dude, let me tell you something. Before I started Audibly Dumb, I had another YouTube channel that I worked on for a full year. A whole year. And I would get videos all the time that only got like 8 or 9 views. You just got to keep uploading. You got to keep uploading, keep creating, keep trying different things, and then like just be yourself. What's the channel called? I will let you know in the near future. It probably wouldn't be all that hard to find, to be honest with you. But for about a year, I was trying to find my voice in making content, and so I binged your entire shorts video. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, I have a lot of fun making them. But yeah, my first channel, actually, I don't even care. It's called Bad Back Zach. Um, you're gonna find a lot of life and wellness things. I used to be really heavy. I weighed like 330 pounds and I lost a ton of weight. And like I used to be addicted to drugs and an alcoholic and stuff. And that was kind of my journey to trying to create content in that space. And then I don't know. One day, like 5 or 6 months ago, I just wanted to talk about music. So I started Audibly Dumb. Yeah, there you go. That's this is a much different version of Zach. Audibly Dumb is a much more real version of myself, dude. I just want to like have fun and talk to people and have like music be in my life. That being said, I did just start another channel about health and fitness. I'll be sharing them all. Right now, I own 5 YouTube channels, and within the next month, I'm going to be running them all simultaneously. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what blowing up really means, man. You know what I mean? Like I just every day a new batch of nerds comes in and I like it. It's like the guitar build that we're working on. The more people that can engage with that, like the more fun it is, right? I want to entertain you guys. And like speaking about that build, if this first one goes well, I've got these people waiting in the wings like they're going to help me build another one. And my goal, I'll tell you my end goal, I really would love for one day our community is so large that like maybe one of the big custom shops is like we'll build you a guitar, right? And then you guys get to vote on everything that they build. And then I'll like give it away or something. Like that would be honestly sick. Yeah, that's like my biggest goal, dude. Get these companies to just like engage with what we do. But that's going to be a while. So right now, I'm just having fun with you guys. Building these parts casters, figuring out what to do next. I never really know what's going to happen, but these live streams, I love talking with you guys. I hope that eventually this gets, more and more people. And again, it's just like a guitar nerd community, whether you're a professional touring musician or you're just a person that loves music and just likes the vibe. That's the goal for me, anyways. Emmy Grace, I don't know who that is. Yeah, so you're not going to really get notifications for lots of stuff. YouTube and social media in general doesn't work the way it used to. It used to be you subscribe to somebody, and next thing you know, if they uploaded something, you were told about it. Now you could be subscribed to a group of people, not see anything that they get shown that they upload, but you'll get shown like new stuff. It's all about curating new stuff. It's interesting. Can I play metal? I never really practice it. Somebody asked me earlier to play like Master of Puppets Could I play that off the top of my head right now? No. Could I learn it in probably less than 5 minutes? Yeah. I don't know. It honestly, as a guitar player, you are looking at imposter syndrome to the highest degree. I know scales and I know triads and stuff like that, and I do know how to play some songs, but like I really need to just dial in. And is anybody here working on any tunes? Right? Just like some songs that you're really into right now? Or even if you're not playing, like, is anybody here, is there any type of music, any bands that you're just like locked into at the moment? There's this pop punk band called Second Harbor that I've been listening to a lot lately. Like, what have I been listening to recently? Second Harbor, the new Dayseeker album is pretty fire. 035. What that is, that just like an interval or like a 035 progression? Vilified by Jerry Cantrell. Solid. I saw Pantera earlier this year. They opened up for Metallica on the big Metallica tour. It was fire. I was more stoked to see Pantera than I was for Metallica. Dimebag Darrell actually died on my 8th birthday, December 8th, 2003. Avenged Sevenfold is an incredible band. Incredible. Yeah, Avenged Sevenfold, especially when I was a kid. When I was a kid, Avenged Sevenfold was like massive, massive, massive. Yeah, I was born December 8th, 95. Can I play math rock stuff? I think the only math rock song I ever learned was Medicine by Tiny Moving Parts. We have the same birthday. That's crazy. Yeah. Again, it's when it comes to what I can play on guitar, I kind of sum it all up to this. I do not practice any one thing well enough or consistently enough to just bang it out at any point in time. But if you give me 10 or 15 minutes with most anything, um, like I can, it's not a problem to just go ahead and recreate that. Yeah, it's weird. I've played guitar for 13 years, but I haven't done it consistently enough to have like a whole shit ton of songs just like banked and ready to go. But like half the time I don't really need tabs or anything anymore. I'll just listen to something a couple times and be like, "Oh, that's probably here." I'm telling you, when you guys watch the content, you're not watching a professional at anything. I'm just like having fun, video editing, saying really stupid shit. I just like music, and this is how that comes out. I started off like I played nothing but blues for years. We got any Stevie Ray Vaughan fans in here? Yeah, Stevie Ray, dude. I'm making a video about him right now. So Stevie Ray Vaughan was the first guitar hero of mine. I was 13. I went into a music store and they had Stevie Ray Vaughan live at Austin City Limits playing on the TV. Texas Flood, like literally just started as I walked in. I was like, I think I was 13. Amazing. Amazing stuff, man. That dude played 13 gauge strings. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about how unbelievably insane it would be to play blues like that with 13 gauge strings? Your inspiration is Brian May. Scuttle Button. Hey, fuck that song. For real. Like, that song is hard, hard. Brian May is a great inspiration to have, and I'll tell you why. Like, so much music from back in that time is always very like locked into riffs and like scale patterns. I feel like Brian May, he played shit just like so strangely, right? Brian May played things in a really weird way. His bending is elite. If you're referring to Stevie Ray Vaughan, I agree. Not just his bending, but his vibrato, his slow vibrato. If anybody here listens to Philip Sace has like an identical vibrato to Stevie Ray Vaughan. And like, I cannot get my strings to move as wide as they could. And I'm playing nines on 13s, suicide. He picked with a coin. Yeah, he did. And apparently he shreds strings all the time. Yeah, everything about Brian May is smooth, dude. You know what? Screw that guy. It's like, how can you be the guitar player for Queen, the most streamed band on the internet, and be an astrophysicist? Like, what? I forgot how to tie my shoes the other day. Can I say that? Can I be honest here? I screw up the most mundane, everyday things. And there's another person who's a doctor of a really complicated subject and the guitar player for Queen. Really puts life into perspective, right? Oh man, dude. So I do want to mention here real quick. So Planet Tone pickups, I was kind of talking about them earlier. Uh Little company out of Denver. They work with some pretty big names though. Like this dude makes pickups for I believe he said Brad Paisley, right? And he let me hook up to a late 60s Fender Bandmaster and just crank it up to 8 and just play his pickups. I tried his P90s, Telly, Strat, Humbucker, and I'm super, super stoked to be working with that company. I'm not really working with them yet, but I'm excited to build that relationship. Any advice on the 3-finger hammer off for nothing else matters? Yeah, keep practicing, bro. I have no advice for any. Have you seen my vibrato? I look like I'm having a stroke. Like, actually, I look like in my videos sometimes when I play guitar, I feel like I look like I'm dying. So I don't know that I would ask me for anything about that. Can we talk about that tattoo? Yeah, actually, life advice for all of you. So I got this on my 18th birthday. Making permanent decisions when you're 18, great idea. Because what happens is you're 18 and nobody tells you that one day you're going to be 30. And when you're 18, this feels sick. When you're 30, this is tribal douchebaggery to the highest degree. So don't do that, right? Just don't even do that. And then over here, I've got a bearded dragon and a gecko and a tegu monitor lizard. Thank you, DBX. I love you too. And dude, you're gonna bring up Mike Tyson and say that tribal tats are cool. I love that take. I do. Mike Tyson You're late. Absolutely. I waited for 11 and a half minutes just for you. I sat right here and I went, these kind folks sat through all of that. But thank you so much for showing up. Yeah, Mike Tyson's the guy. Internet guitar. Yeah, so see, that's the thing, right? Internet guitar players and like gear people, the issue I have with it is have you ever noticed that everything is just awesome? I try to highlight the negatives of stuff if I can find them in the video, right? I mean, I love Andertons. Andertons is great, but literally everything is just fantastic. Everything can't be fantastic. There has to be pros and cons. If any of you watched my video on that orange sparkle Gretsch, yeah, it was big and it was bulky and it didn't stay in tune very well and it was kind of uncomfortable to play. But I had fun with it, right? And I think that's all any of us can do. It's not about how much money you spend on the gear. It's just about putting yourself into it and playing what you like to play and trying to get a lot out of it, right? That's how I feel anyways. Let's see. You know, it's that's one of those topics where it's like don't hate the player, hate the game, right? If somebody became a doctor or a lawyer, they worked their ass off to do that, right? I mean, that wasn't easy. That's one of the hardest things you can get involved into. I don't want to, defend that, but it's like at the same time, if that's how they want to spend their money, like let them do it. Their guitar playing is probably still ass, so that's on them. But if somebody wants to spend $15,000 on a Joe Bonamassa signature Les Paul and like Jesus dust was flecked into the control cavities and whatever, there's magic. It's like it's easy to laugh at people that have a lot of money, but at the same time, if you had it, you'd maybe do it. You know, like I don't know if I would. Honestly, if I had a lot of money to just dive into guitars, this is the brand I would put it into. John Suhr. My goal is to one day work with John Suhr and have like a couple of his guitars. If you're gonna drop $2,000 to $3,000 on a guitar and you're a fan of Fender type guitars, I don't think another company makes as good of guitars for the price point. Sir, above all. What amp am I using? That is a Rev G20. I've got a video coming out on it in the next like week or two. I'm returning it tomorrow. The signature audibly dumb telly. Yes. That sounds audibly delish. Sir over Fender. Again, depends on the price point. If your budget is a certain thing, going Fender's the way. It just is. But if you can afford, and actually going pre-owned, you can get a pre-owned Sir for low 2000s, which again, it's still a lot of money, but if you're trying to go for something like that, I would say that I mean, dude, a brand new what did Fender just drop? It's like a vintage ultra. It's like a vintage vibed guitar with ultra modern specs. Brand new, it's almost $3,000. I would rather take that 3 grand, spend it at Sir. Genuinely. Because Sir is just already doing that. That's what everything is. They have a thing called an Alt T. It is a thin line, semi hollow telly body with a half telly brass bridge and 2 humbuckers with a 5-way selector. Stop, dude. Stop the madness. Edible. That guitar is dream worthy. Just finished Stranger Things season 4. That's because you're awesome. Anybody here that hasn't watched all of Stranger Things up to this point, get on that sauce. Hell yeah. My wife and I finished season 4 for the second time last night, and it was awesome. That last episode of season 4 is gas, dude. Absolute gas. Oh, man. I decided how I'm going to show you guys some NAMM footage. I did decide on that. Essentially, I'm going to walk around NAMM, get as much footage as I can, play as many dope guitars as I can, and then just create as dope of stories as I can about it. There's plenty of people that just walk around NAMM with their cell phone and kind of show you stuff as it goes along. So a couple of weeks after NAMM, I'm going to be uploading a lot of content about it. And goal is still just for you guys to have a good time. See some cool guitars, have a couple laughs. Like, that's how I'm going to be doing the NAMM stuff. I'm really excited to go. Just want to meet some dope people, have as much fun as possible, and create as many good memories and interesting stories as I can to share with you guys. You never watched Stranger Things, should you start? Yeah, I honestly think Stranger Things is my personal favorite TV show of all time. Yeah, I absolutely would. Woo! Dang. Oh, so I'm gonna go for probably about another 20 minutes. What do we want to talk about, dudes? Kind of touched on the partscaster and Jazzmasters and stuff. I have concerns about the Jazzmaster purely because I've owned one before and it was noisy. Dude, I had noiseless EMG pickups put in the Jazzmaster and it was still noisy. It was like, dog, I thought that was the point of the damn pickups. These things were like $250 and it was still noisy. I don't know what it is. Something about the bridge type. Um, it looks like it's going to be a classic Jazzmaster bridge, and if that is what we wind up with, I think I'm going to block it. So it's going to look traditional, but I don't think I'm going to have the trem working. Any way that I can increase the tuning stability on that Jazzer is going to be the goal, right? If I can increase the tuning, P90s, I said the same thing. A blocked Jazzmaster trem, so you get the look with two P90s, dog. Damn. Unbelievable. This is supposed to be like a P90. This is a Seymour Duncan quarter pounder. Like, you can see the size of the magnets, the pole pieces. It's supposed to be a P90 like punch, but with that telly cut, if you will. I think it does a good job, right? Oh, man. I'm having fun talking with you guys. We're hitting a lot of different subjects here. Played a Kramer. I've never played a Kramer. I just realized that. The 80s hair metal scene, not really my bag. Is that a hot take? That might be a hot take. But like, The Motley Crue stuff and all that has never really been in it for me. Not been my thing. Probably is a hot take, but that's fine. I'll own it. Because you want to sit there and go like, yeah, the 80s, but that was like Van Halen. And it's like, well, no, that was, early mid 70s. So like they were popular in the 80s for sure, but I still consider that more of a late 70s kind of thing. Van Halen or Van Hagar? Everybody's dad would pass out from that take. Everyone. Right now, your dad is sitting back with a Marlboro Red, listening to Motley Crue, drinking a Bud Light, or maybe even a Busch Light, just thinking about back in the day when he used to absolutely throttle people in the club, dude. Did I hit that nail on the head, or was that a whole thing I just went on myself right there? Your dad's just listening to, just the most aggressive 80s hair metal. The higher the hair, the closer to God. Look at my woman. I'll smack the He was just downstairs blasting Dr. Feelgood. Is that the truth? Because if that's the truth, nailed it. Your dad, hi, Iron Feet One's dad. I was just talking about you with the Busch Light and the people hitting and the feel good listening. Oh, man. I just judged a whole generation of American males. Lots of people like that. How am I? I'm doing swell. I'm just peachy key. I slammed 2 of these of black coffee. I can't feel my face. My feet won't stop vibrating. I started hearing voices a second ago. Yeah, not American. I figured as much, and that's why I started to pull that back right after I said it. Notice the jumping around in the videos. There's a reason for that. Say a lot of stupid shit. I don't think that's healthy. It's not. It's the caffeine consumption's not healthy at all. But neither was cocaine, and I got over that. So yeah, we're good. If I got to choose between like being 300 pounds and a drug addict, or being me now and like drinking coffee, I choose the coffee. Anybody else? Speaking of cocaine, great Eric Clapton song. Just slurping tea. I like that. Just slurping tea. That's a good name for an album. Haha, dude, you're learning to play Adam's song. You listen here, bro. Every once in a while. So Blink 182, that is a band where I learn their songs, promptly forget them, and then when I want to play them, learn them again. Yeah, Blink 182 is sick. Adam's song is such a good tune. Appreciate you. Should I break the fourth wall here? I think I'm going to. Ah. This is a ceramic mushroom that I picked up for $5 from Home Goods, and then I stick that light behind it. But when you line it up right, I agree. I think that looks really cool. Is what the heaviest thing I can play. I don't play a lot of heavy music. I don't get like really chuggy a lot. To be honest with you, if I'm just like chilling in the basement, right, I like putting on really cinematic backing tracks, like really theatrical stuff. And then like get like a really thick, long reverb, really thick decay. Let's see. And over just like super melodic, kind of spiritual, spacey backing track. It's not good, but it's fun, and I enjoy it. And that's what this is all about. You hear me talk about that in my videos. Am I a great guitar player? No. Are most of us great guitar players? Absolutely not. Is that a good guitar tone? I don't know. I just love playing it. Like, I can't get to a place where I'm like, I'm worrying about what other people think about the sound. If you're happy with your sound, that's sick. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think that's the best any of us can do, right? If you're happy with your sound, if somebody heard this, if somebody heard that and they were like, I think your playing is shit, I think your tone is shit, it's like, well, that's fine, right? I like it, I have fun, and you didn't pay for a concert ticket, so we're good. I think once, like, if you're a live performer, like, yeah, I think you have a responsibility to your audience. But if you're just kind of chilling, I'm actually making a video about that right now. Like, when it comes to good tone, what is, like, I think there are some things we objectively say is good tone, but if you're chilling and you're by yourself and you're playing something and you dig it, and then somebody comes up to you and they're like, that sounds like shit. Well, who's right? You like it, right? I mean, you got to think. Any distortion you hear, any modulation, it's coming from a line 6 helix going into the front of a tube amp. That alone is going to alienate a lot of people. Peanut Boy opening up with Boo. Come on, dude. But yeah, like a lot of people, it's the big fancy pedal boards, and I used to have one with all the different pedals and stuff. Now I just throw a helix in front and hope for the best. If people think it sounds cool, then it sounds cool. All right, next time you go Boo, I'll give you the jump scare reaction. Why not? Classic rock blues guy, Beatles, BB King. Yeah, I that music is pretty close to home for me too, man. Jimi Hendrix in particular, I'm kind of hit or miss on. I get he's a legend, like I listen to a lot of his tunes, man, but some of the live stuff you can definitely tell was just full send and hope for the best. BB King, yeah, influential for sure. Wouldn't go out of my way. I think I'm more of an Albert King fan if we're gonna stay in that area. Yeah, anybody here aside from Timeless Bricks, like big blues people? Because like modern blues, right? I do like. I'm just gonna say it. If somebody talks shit, they talk shit. I like Joe Bonamassa. I do. Go listen to the older live albums. Pretty amazing stuff. Uh, I like Chris Stone, Kingfish Ingram. Marcus King, I've seen several times. Marcus King is the dude. Anybody here listen to Marcus King? Holy crap, dude. Unbelievable player. Unbelievable player. It's amazing. Marcus King incorporates a lot of not just the pentatonic stuff. And not to say pentatonic is bad, but the further a blues artist can play outside of just the pentatonic, the better. I think that's why Eric Johnson was so well received in the guitar community. The way, like, that dude played pentatonic, but the way Eric Johnson connects pentatonic ideas and the notes that he chooses are insane. I wonder how much of a delay there is between what I say and when you guys hear it. I have no way of knowing that. Yeah, Eric Johnson, check that dude out if you haven't. That guy is an absolute bomb guitar player. Playing a 1954 Strat at that speed with those runs in the late 80s. Weird vibe. And he still plays. What guitar heroes do we have? Timeless Brick said, Beatles, B.B. King, Jimi Hendrix. Iron Feet, type as fast as you can. All right. Okay, so that's not bad. We're doing good. Yeah, what guitar heroes do we have? Not bands, but what guitar players inspire you, or what are the best guitar players you've ever seen? I can answer that. Two people tie. The two most technically proficient guitar players I've ever seen live was Tim Henson with Polyphia and Guthrie Govan with the Aristocrats. Never have I ever seen a live guitar player make me want to quit more than Guthrie Govan. Holy shit, dude. Unbelievable. I was front row right in front of Guthrie, and I realized in that moment I am not good enough to change homies' strings. Like, it is insane how good of a guitar player Guthrie Govan is, man. The gap between where I am and where he is so vast. Yeah, you are a big Metallica fan. I enjoy Metallica. I listen to them from time to time. People love to shit on Kirk Hammett, huh? He did, man. Like, the Aristocrats played the Bluebird Theater. 500 people, I think, is the capacity at the Bluebird in Denver. 500 people is great. Oh my God. Everybody here, when we leave this, look up Chuck Berry, um, Johnny Be Good intro. He used that intro on like 30 different songs. Seriously. It's somebody put them all in one video of just the first 10 seconds of like 30 Chuck Berry songs. It's all the same. All the same. It's hilarious. It's like he wrote one good song and then was just like, "That'll do, donkey." What is that? Is that Chon? Anybody here listen to Chon? I don't know why I just pulled that out. Woo! It is his signature. Chuck Berry's signature thing is to play the same exact thing. It's like if Van Halen, imagine if every time you put on Van Halen, the Hot for Teacher thing came on, that the double kick drum engine simulation thing, and just every Van Halen song was just that. That literally is what that's what Chuck Berry is. Crazy. I don't even know what that was, but that was fun. Thank you so much for hanging with me, Timeless Bricks 1, 2, and 3. I assume there's 3 of you. Catch you maybe next weekend. Short goes up tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday. You should be getting 2 long forms this week as well. Oh, man. The long form upload schedule is hard. Toodles. Citizen 5272. Great use of the word toodles. Yeah, the long form stuff is the hardest by far. I I spend about 50 hours a week making audibly dumb content, roughly, when you add it all up. And the long form stuff is far and away the majority of that. Oh my god. I want to upload 2 long forms a week and 3 shorts. That's what I want to give you guys ideally, is that, right? But man, a lot of work. A lot of work, dude. Huh. I enjoy doing it though. I really do. Thank anybody who's still in this chat. Thank you so very much for supporting the content. I really just want you guys to have a great time as much as I can. Like, I go see a lot of live music. I play a lot of different instruments. Putting myself in those experiences, I have a lot of stories to tell from it. When you go out and do it all the time, like, you just, and as much as I can share that with you guys, like, that's the goal, man. I don't want to necessarily be a teacher or anything like that. I just want to be an entertainer. That's the goal. And every one of you guys that, thank you so much. I want to be a good guitar player for sure, but I want you guys to be able to see that progressing, you know? Uh, I don't ever want to be a guitar teacher. I don't want to release a guitar course. Like, just music is awesome, right? Music is awesome, whether you play it or just love it. Band atmosphere and just the passion that people have for music and bands and the nitty gritty stuff, dude. Uh, rig rundown, knowing like what type of equipment people play. You know, it's kind of like in sports. People will know the players, what their shoe size is, where they went to college. You know, they'll know everything about them. I've never really jived with that as much as I have music. Knowing the bands, the albums they came out with, the writing process, what equipment did they use? If they tour now, what type of amps? Are they using amps at all? Are they using quad cortex? Just what the hell are they doing? That energy is the thing that I try to convey in this whole thing. Because that's what I think is the best, dude. Who here agrees with that? Anybody? Like, please. I'm going to be wrapping it up here in a second, but on these final notes, like when it comes to music, what's your favorite part? Is it listening to bands Is it the gear? Is it the stories behind the gear? Is it playing itself? Like, what is your favorite part? For me, I think my favorite part of what we all do is we have an emotional connection to sound. Sound is this really obscure, abstract thing, and we create a language with it by calling it letters. Like, you know what I mean? And making it time oriented. The whole concept is great. And then now in 2025, we have access to so much gear to make whatever you want possible. That's my favorite part. The amount of gear to take sound and turn it into something using your internal lens. Love it. Listening to the instrumentals. Do you listen to Intervals? The band Intervals? They're an instrumental band that'll take your head off, dude. Intervals is awesome. And just to give you something to think about regarding the instrumentals being more complex than like melody and lyrics, look at the band Oasis. There is nothing complex about that guitar work at all. But why are they so legendary, right? I think coming up with something that's so simple, a simple melody, simple words, it can cut through a generation, right? Technically, it's not hard, but to write something like that and have it come from a place of truth, dog, yeah. Noel Gallagher, I think I said this in my last live stream too. Noel Gallagher often says he doesn't know that Oasis would have been successful if it wasn't for the fact that they weren't shredders, they were songwriters. The melody and the lyrics is what punches a hole through generational zeitgeist, right? It's kind of like that thing of like, it's more important to have a classic legendary song than it is to have a number one song. That's at least how I feel. I heard that in the documentary Hired Gun. Nirvana, that's a fantastic example. Those songs are not hard. But you want to talk about a band who, what, 18 months is how long it took for them to go, no one knows who the hell they are, into number one band on the planet? Yeah, it's interesting. I feel that way, just a connection from Nirvana. Foo Fighters. Anybody here love Foo Fighters? They're dropping tracks right now that are bomb. I've listened to Foo Fighters my entire life. I love that band. Those songs are not hard. It's just three ripping guitar players, hard rhythm guitar players. Rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins, an unbelievable drummer. And then Dave Grohl, for whatever reason, is also just like a phenomenal songwriter. I think Foo Fighters is another one of those bands people make fun of them because they got so big and legendary. We wish we wrote those songs. You know, My Hero, Everlong. Damn, dude. Being able to say you wrote that, pff, gas. Gas, gas, gas. Oh. Well, listen, everybody. Thank you so much for the hang. And also, who here saw the trailer for this live stream before it went live? I need to know that because I don't know if I set it up properly. Did anybody else see a video play before the live stream started? I have no way of knowing that. There's a couple of things about this that I have no idea if it works until I do it. Okay, good. I don't know if it's worth the effort or not, but it was fun to do. So, at the beginning of every live stream, I'm going to have some really ridiculous trailer playing. Got you. Well, every Sunday at 11 is the goal. And about 5 minutes before the live stream, you're going to see a trailer play. And as my editing skills improve, it's going to get more and more crazy. So my goal is to eventually have a whole thing play before the live stream. So, but on that note, an hour and 10. Thank everybody so much for chilling with me. I'm going to be doing this every single Sunday. Vibe, talk, come up with things you want to talk about. Shoot them in the chat. I love talking with you guys. Thank you so much for watching the content. We are going to do a sign off. My name is Zach. This has been Audibly Dumb. Thank you so much for watching. If I say something's cool, it's because it fucking is, dude. Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Or if you're in a different time zone, it could be Monday or Wednesday, whatever day it is. Just have a great day. I will see you all throughout the week in the videos. And I'll see you next Sunday or Monday or Wednesday for a live stream. Take care, y'all.